Hello and welcome to this video on Budget Express. Today's topic, the calendar. The calendar in Budget Express is the most important screen that you have into this system. You will work in the calendar very often because you can do lots of things in there. So I want to show you how to use all the functionalities into the calendar in this video. So now let's get to it. First, there's 4 parts in the calendar. There's the actual calendar. At the bottom left, we have the balances for the accounts and credit card. We have our chart of account graphic. And we have the button at the bottom right that lets me create new operation. So how do we navigate into the calendar? It's very easy. You can first use the arrows if you want to go back 1 month or up 1 month. Or click on the actual dates to navigate directly from 1 month to another. Let's go to December, for example. It's very, very fast to go back and forth into using this function in the calendar. You can go back 1 year, or you can there's a current year, and you have 2 more years into this directly into this function. If you want to go back to today's date, let's click on today. And we're back on July 16th. That's today's date. So what can we do directly in the calendar? Well, first, let's look at the different operation. There's colors for every operation. What the color means is to differentiate the different type of operation. If you don't know which color it's which type of operation, you can click on the bottom right, the button in here that will, you see the actual color for every single operation. So let's say, for example, the expense are with the navy blue, so you know that this is this is an expense, and for the saving, like this light green is for saving, so you'll know directly which type of operation you're using. Another thing you notice is that when you have more than 3 operations per date, like in the 11th, you have this button, the plus more operation. When you click on it, you can see all the different operations for this particular date. There's no limit on how many operations you can have for a specific date. So I hope you don't have too much expenses for a particular date. One very important thing you can do in the calendar is when you click on any operation, it opens the daily operation screen. From the screen, you can do a correction modification for this particular operation. Now, I clicked on the personal expense for the July 4th operation. When I do a correction or modification into this the screen, it will create an exceptions for the global operation done for personal expense. There's a big difference between the global operation and the daily operation. When I do a modification for the daily operation, I will modify only the operation for this date. Let's say I'll change the amount for the July 4th. When I save, I changed the amount for personal expense, but I did not change the global operation. The global operation, if I click back on the July 18th and go into the global operation, I see that it's still 125 for every week. This is where I can modify the whole operation from the initial operation that I made. If I do that, I will modify every single operation from the beginning, from the start date. That's something that we have to think about when you do this. That's very different than when I do a modification for a daily operation that is for a specific date. Another thing that I forgot to show you into the daily operation, at the bottom you have the reconciliation operation. I won't go into it in this video because there's a specific video on this topic, so I will let you see how to do the reconciliation from the menu or from the daily operation. Okay, next, at the bottom left, we have the different balances for the account or credit operation that we created into the system. So first of all, you see that the first date that I see is July 16th because it's today's date. If I want to modify the date, I just click on the calendar and modify the date right here. That will, what it will do is will change what we see into the different operation. Like into the if I go on the 29th, I see on for the Bank of America, I got the deferred balance. So the beginning date, the beginning balance, the variation is 0 in that case, and the closing balance. If I click on any other account or credit card, I see the where the variation is done. So in that case, for the $100 expense for physio, it's it's my Visa, and my personal care was with my MasterCard. So I can change dates like this if I need to, but if I want to see the whole month, I want to have a very quick look at the variation and the deferred balance, the variation and the closing balance for the whole month. Just click on the month right here. If you want to see for the month of August, I need to go into August, obviously, to see this information. Now the cash flow chart. You probably noticed at the beginning of the video that it was shown. You saw the graphic, but now we need to update the graphic. That's normal because every time we go back and forth between months or when we add operation, we need to update this the flow chart because it helps when we navigate between the months, so that it will be a lot faster between months. So if we really need to see the graphic, just click on the update. It takes less than a second, and you will get and see the balances for your different account and credit card. So they're all there. For every date, I'm in the month of August right now. I can see the balance for every bank account or credit card for the month of August when I click on a specific date. I don't need to click, but just to put my cursor directly on the date. If I want to see, for example, I just want to see my credit card, I can click on the 3 bank account, and I won't see those anymore. The same thing if I just want to see my bank account. Let's click on it. No more credit. Or I just want to see my Bank of America. Well, you probably understand that. You see what have been clicked only. So this is the cash flow chart. Like I said, it's very important to know that when I go back and forth between months, I just need to click on the update button to see the result. Now, a very important topic in the calendar, how to add operation directly into the calendar. It's the button at the bottom right. You're going to use it a lot. It's very easy to add a new operation directly from this menu. So when I click on the button, it let me do any operation from all the operation type into the system. One thing you have to understand first is the operation will be done on the date that has been clicked to the calendar. Let's say I want to enter my all my expenses for the 13th. I click on the 13th. I'm on July 13th. When I click on expense, by default it will be July 13th as the default date, and the frequency will be only once. Usually we enter our new operation directly in the calendar for my variables operation. When I do my fixed operation, I probably will use the operation menu. So that's why we have in the operation menu, it's the frequency is month by default, and in the calendar it's only once. So you can change it if you need to. You can also create variables fixed operation directly in there if you prefer. It's not it's just there by default. Let's create a new operation for close, for example, and I can change my impact so that I paid by Visa. So on the 13th, now my operation is done. It's the same when if I enter a new income or all the expense I want, it will be done directly on the date that I chose at the beginning. It's let's see now what we can do with the other operation type. You can create operation directly using those buttons also. Let's first begin with the account. When I click on the plus at the account, it will let me do a transfer of account directly from this menu. What I have to do is choose which is the initiate when I want to create the account, the transfer from. So I choose from Bank of America, for example. The same thing again. If I am on the 13th, it will choose the 13th as the default date, and the frequency will be just once. So let me enter transfer for Bank of America to cash. So the same principle is used for these operation directly into the menu. So if I do a credit, it will let me do a refund. I have to choose my credit card. For my saving, again, it's a payment. It will let me choose which savings I want to use. For the loans, you will notice that it will be different because I didn't create any loans in the system from the beginning. So when I click on loan, it will let me initiate a new one. So I will be able to create a new loan directly from this menu only for that time because it's the first loan. So I can't create a payment on it for this loan. Let me create one. You'll see the difference. So again, the default date is always the date that I'm in the calendar. So I will save this car loans. So now my car loans is on the right here. If I click on loans right now, it will ask me to do a payment on this particular debt. So this is the difference when we have an operation created for the loan, saving, and credit. It will let me do the operation for those. If I don't, it will let me create a new one. The adjustment button is at the top completely. Why is it alone in there? It's because we can do an adjustment on all of those operations. So when I click on adjustment, I have to choose. I want to adjust which type of operation, an account, my credit, my savings, or my loan. So I can create again a new adjustment. I can create a new adjustment directly from this menu. Again, the date of adjustment is the date that I'm in the calendar. So I can adjust my cash balance directly in here. So it's done right here. Oops, sorry. I just created a new adjustment for this type of operation. So you can create all the operation right now from the calendar. And so it's very easy to do all your modification, creation, your daily operation directly from the calendar. So I hope you liked the video and it will help you to use the calendar as efficiently as possible. If you have any question on this topic or other topic, please send an email to support@budget-express.com. Thank you for your time.